Do you keep making similar mistakes or wish you could go back in time and hit the redo button? Well, you can, and I'm going to share how in today's video. Hi there, and welcome to the Booksters Club, where we find daily inspiration from the books you love. Today's featured book is The Secret by Rhonda Byrne, and today's inspirational thought comes to us on page number 73, and it is from James Ray. It says, I would like to share a process with you that came from the great teacher Neville Goddard in a lecture he delivered in 1954 entitled The Pruning Shears of Revision. This process has had a profound effect on my life. Neville recommends at the end of every day, before you go to sleep, to think through the events of the day. If any events or moments did not go the way you wanted, replay them in your mind in a way that thrills you. As you recreate those events in your mind exactly as you want, you are cleaning up your frequency from the day and you are emitting a new signal and frequency for tomorrow. You have intentionally created new pictures for your future. It is never too late to change the pictures. When you make a mistake during the day, or you've handled a situation with a person that you're really not very proud of, going back and changing it in your mind sounds like a bunch of fluff. But what's actually going on inside the brain? Is this actually real? Can this actually work? There's something called muscle memory, and that's where we're building up these neural pathways that our mind naturally takes, and it uses that to create shortcuts so that we can accomplish known activities unconsciously. And the more that we take those neural pathways, the more rigid those neural pathways become, and the more we gravitate to those shortcuts. Pruning helps to take a different approach to those neural pathways by actually consciously thinking of how we wanted that interaction to go. So if you've gone through a situation and you're not very proud of the way that your brain took a shortcut and handled it, then what you would do is you would take a conscious look at that and say, okay, how would I do that differently next time? And by going through the motions and doing it differently in your mind, see, your mind can't tell whether this is reality or this is just pretend. So by going through it differently in your mind, you're creating new neural pathways. Now, those new neural pathways are definitely not as strong, ingrained, and rigid as those other ones, but the more that you do this is why he says do it every night before you go to sleep. The more that you do this, the more those brand new neural pathways become your new mode of operandi, and you can start to use those as your shortcuts and your autopilot instead of the old one. Please do not mistake this for what the ego absolutely loves to do, which is always make you right. So if you've ever been like in the shower and like you're going through this like pretend conversation, you're just like telling somebody off, and it could be from like someone in the 4th grade that embarrassed you, and your mind is just like, yeah, I would say this and I would do that and I would do this. That is not the same thing. That is something that your ego loves to do. It loves to make you right. It loves to make other people feel small and stupid. And so the mind could just do that on its own. That is not conscious. That is just making you feel all bolstered up and good about yourself in a not good way, in a not healthy way. But that can actually have the same repercussion, because the next opportunity that you get to argue with someone, it's going to be that much easier because you've just kind of gone through it in your mind. It isn't the same thing as pruning in the way that he's talking about in this book. It's where you're trying to elevate yourself and to elevate those auto responses to something better, to something that you can be prouder of, to something that is more of approving of your higher self. In the book, it talks about how you can elevate your frequency and grow. That is really what I appreciated about this pruning theory. And let me know in the comments if and what you will be pruning tonight before you go to bed. What interaction that you had that you're, maybe not so proud of, and how you would do it differently. If you had a different take on this part of the book, a different part in this book, or a different book entirely that you think should be featured here on the Booksters Club, I would also love to hear about that in the comments. Thank you so much for clicking the like button if you liked it. And don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell if you're new, because I post new videos just like this one every single day. See you tomorrow, Booksters. Okay, last video of the day. Let's do it. That's gonna be the next video. What's up, Booksters? Oh Lord, we need to take a sip of tea. I did not want to move forward. All right. Do you keep making similar mistakes? Yeah. Do you keep making similar mistakes or wish? I would like to share so when you make a mistake, don't say so. So there's something called, don't say so. There's something called muscle memory. Okay. Pruning actually, pruning helps. I hope mode of operandi is correct. I think I should just redo it without saying things I don't know. Okay. Sure. Yep, we move on. Let's keep going. Please don't mistake this for what the ego loves to do, which is make you always right. Please do not. I'm done. See you tomorrow, Booksters.